trauma dressings are a bandage which is much better than a standard dressing. So if you look at the workplace first aid kits, they have often what's referred to as an HSE dressing. Trauma dressings are much better than that. There is one in between called ambulance dressings, and they differ in size, but the trauma dressing is really what we're looking at for any catastrophic life-threatening bleeding. Now, these are two sizes of trauma dressing. They're very straightforward to use. When you look through the packet, there's a little nick. So what you do is just tear it open. Once you've torn it open, you can get the dressing out. And then it's in another packet. Now, this is the packaging where it's actually protecting and making sure it stays sterile. So if you look around the outside of it, you'll see there is a little nick mark, and that means that you can easily just tear the dressing open, remove the dressing, and then you've got the actual dressing itself. So as you pull it through, there's two sides to it, the short side and the long side. So the short side is the one you start with. The long side has usually got some kind of plastic clip to secure on it. So you see, this is just a very, very short side here. So it literally, we get that bandage over the injury, and you can apply these anywhere on the body. Now, the key difference with these dressings, first one is that the pad is much stronger, much thicker, and much more absorbent. So when you're looking at a standard dressing, they just won't deal with a catastrophic bleed, whereas these will. They will absorb blood, which then in turn helps on the clotting process and stops the bleed as well through the direct pressure. You can make these work much better as well by putting a small piece of, say, wound clot straight onto the injury first. What that's doing is it's acting as a hemostatic agent, and then put this dressing on. That can help massively in controlling bleeding. So the first difference of these is the pad itself, and you can have a standard size, or this one here is a larger size pad. The other difference is the stretch on them. There is a lot of stretch in these bandages because you need stretch to apply pressure. So as you're putting these on, you do put them on tight. Now, they're going on tight, but they're not acting as a tourniquet. We don't want to cut off all circulation. That's not what the goal is. However, we do want to put them tight so it applies lots of direct pressure. As you put it on, at the very far end, rather than tighten a knot, they'll have some kind of clip on the end, and this particular one has a hinge type clip, and all you do with this is literally just tuck that underneath the bandage, clip it closed, and that means you've got the bandage secured in place. It's not going to go anywhere, but if you do need to adjust it or undo it, you can literally just unclip it again, pull it round tighter, and then clip it back up again. It makes it easier for when they're in the hospital as well to change it. So this is the standard size, and then this would be the larger size. So in addition to the standard dressings we've looked at, we're now going to look at some other versions. Now, different manufacturers will have different types of bandage. There are rolled bandages, there are flat bandages. For example, this one here is a round rolled type, whereas this is a flat one. There's no real difference in how they work, but it's just really a matter of packaging and size. So it depends on the size of your kit. One different feature some trauma dressing have is a Velcro strip. So this has actually got a Velcro strip built into it. And the idea there is as you pull it round and wrap it round tight, the Velcro will engage. It means it's much easier to wrap the pressure on. Also, differences can be the colour. The ones we looked at earlier are white bandages, whereas these are a dark colour. Typically, these are the types of military type colours, but they are the same. There's no difference in how they work. So if you've got a bandage that's white on this, just use it in the same way. The clips on the end vary. Rather than a hinge type, this one has a different sort of clip on there. And others even have a pressure bar on there, so you can actually wind extra pressure up on the bandage as well from the top of it. So it's just look at the types of bandage that you get. As far as the other types, there's loads. There's more than we've got here. So these are even larger area ones. So if you want to have a bandage that literally will cover the entire chest area, or the packaging is different, the sizes, and this is just another brand, a very similar one that we've looked at earlier. And this is another larger blast type bandage. So, if you've got these in your kits, have a look at them. If you haven't got a kit at the minute, then I would go for the standard two dressings that we've looked at already. I mean, they are a medium and a large dressing. I mean, having in a conventional kit a large blast bandage for a whole chest area, they're not cheap. You're probably better off having more of the other ones if you've got a bit more money to put into your kits.